So here's the riddle of the day. The riddle of the day is, how long will a 7-day grandfather clock run without winding? The answer is, it won't run at all because you didn't wind it. Well, there you go. Don't get mad because you didn't get it, or just be happy that you got it. Either way, well, let's get started. PEMDAS challenge. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to simplify expressions. We've talked about this last week, and I just want to make sure that you are comfortable simplifying expressions. And if you're feeling good about it, then pause the video and do the problems, and then play the video and see if we get the same answers. Okay, so I'm just going to underline. If we look at this first problem, I'm going to underline the part of the problem that we're going to do first. Okay, quick recap on PEMDAS. We have to always make sure when we're simplifying an expression, a mathematical expression, that we do parentheses first, meaning that we simplify what's inside. Once we simplify the parentheses, then we simplify all the exponents, and then you should know why I'm drawing these dotted lines here in between in between the E and the M and the D and the A. Why am I doing that? Because these guys, the M and the D, could actually be done in either order, and same with the addition and the subtraction. Okay, so if we look at this first expression, so we're going to be right here, this first expression, 5 plus 6 times 3. As soon as you hear that, you go, oh, there's multiplication first that I have to do, and that's exactly what we have to do. So we just rewrite everything else, simplifying the multiplication part of this. 6 times 3 is 18, and then there's only one operation to do, and so we do that. 5 plus 18, and we get 23. So 23 is a simplified part of that, simplified version of that expression. Let's look at this next problem. We see 4 terms. Okay, 4 terms, and then we see in between these two terms we have a division sign, and we know division always comes before addition. It's the only division part of the problem. So we're going to rewrite 21 plus, and then we're going to divide. 49 divided by 7 is 7. Okay, and then we're just going to be simplifying the rest of this from left to right. 21 plus 7 is 28. 28 plus 1 is 29. And there we go. That's it. So all you have to do to be successful in this section is just follow the rules. You've just got to follow the rules. I know some of you don't like to do that, but nobody likes to follow the rules all the time. But it's definitely the only way to success in math is just to follow the rules. Okay, so here's the deal. Got a bit of a challenge problem for you. PEMDAS says we're supposed to simplify parentheses and then exponents, but we see we have exponents in parentheses. Okay, so that we have that, the parentheses, the P in PEMDAS, means we're going to simplify inside the set of parentheses. So we're only focusing right now on this expression, 7 squared minus 3 squared. So in that expression, we simplify the first exponent first. Okay, so 7 squared, we know that's 7 times 7. So inside my set of parentheses then, I've got 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, and then minus, and then we have the 3 squared, and the 3 squared is 3 times 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so we still see the parentheses, but that's okay because, again, we're simplifying what's inside the parentheses. Okay, we have to keep doing that. It's kind of like we block off everything else except what's inside those parentheses, and we simplify that. Now, inside the parentheses, again, we have 49 minus 9. Okay, 49 minus 9 is 40. So we still have the parentheses, but now we only have one number inside, and so it's as if the parentheses aren't even there, and we can now move on to, there's no more exponents, and then we have division, the only thing left, so 40 divided by 8, we know that to be 5. And that's how you solve that one. That took almost 5 minutes. Let's go to the next one. Pause the video if you'd like to try these on your own, but write them down. Pause the video either way and write these down. And then, so we have 4 problems, and just write them down if you're not comfortable yet with how to do these, then follow along on the first problem and then maybe pause the video and try the second one. So all we see here is that a has a value of 5 and we have an a right there. So if a is equal to 5, it means that we can replace a with 5. Okay, then we write plus. And now we have a b. Well, we see that b up here is 12. And so we replace b with 12. Plus 2. Now, 2c means 2 times c. Okay, that's what that means. 2 times c. 2 times c. So that's when you see the two numbers, or a number and a letter, number and a variable next to one another. It means you're multiplying those. And so we're going to put a little multiplication symbol. And actually, instead of doing the multiplication symbol, let's put parentheses, 2 times. That's what that means. And then in parentheses, we see we have a c right here. Okay. Well, where is c, or what is c? Up here it says c is 12. Sorry, b is 12. c is 2. And so if c is 2, we put a 2 right in there for c. And I should do this. 2 there, 12 there, and 5 there, because these are the values that we just used in our expression. And now we go back to PEMDAS. So we basically, these kinds of problems are only a little bit harder because you have to actually substitute numbers for letters. Okay, and then going back to what we're supposed to do here, PEMDAS says we have to multiply first. So what we get is 5 plus 12 plus 2 times 2 is 4. And now all we have left is addition. And so we work from left to right. 5 plus 12 is 17. Plus 4 is 21. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and work through these other problems pretty quickly. And follow along. Pause the video, see if you can figure them out on your own. Okay. A is 5. Oh, let me use blue again. Okay. So I'm going to draw a line there. A is 5 and B is 12. Okay, minus, substitute 12 for B and 2 for C. That means 5 times 12 then is what we have to do first because it's multiplication. 5 times 12 is 60. And then the next one we do is the other multiplication. 12 times 2 is 24. And 24, okay, good, got that. And then 60 minus 24, that's 36. Okay, so 36 is the answer to that one. Alright, next one, b squared minus 4a. So b again is 12. So we have 12 squared. The first thing we always do, guys, is just substitute in what these values are. Okay, so when a is 5, we're going to put a equals 5 right there. PEMDAS says we have to do parentheses first, but again, inside parentheses, if it's just one number, then there's no more simplifying inside that set of parentheses. So then we go to exponents. Exponents 12 squared is 144. Okay, minus 4 times 5. And then we look and we see, oh, we've got multiplication. Okay, so the multiplication says we have to do that next. 144 minus 4 times 5 is 20. And then the last thing we have here is 144 minus 20, and 144 minus 20 is 124. Okay, 124. Alright, last one for this page, and then one more page, and that's it. 5a minus 3c. We have 5 times, again, a is 5, and then c is 2. So we substitute those values in. And then we look at left to right, we have multiplication first. And multiplication here, we have 5 times 5 is 25. And then we have another multiplication, 3 times 2, that's 6. And we know that 25 minus 6 then is, let me get my blue, 25 minus 6 is 19. And there we have that one. Okay, so next page is the last page. So these are the super challenge ones. If obviously more complicated than the other pages, so I challenge you to get these right. See if you're up for the challenge here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and work through these problems like I've been doing. PEMDAS says inside set of parentheses first. I'm going to rewrite everything. Okay, 5 squared divided by, now inside the set of parentheses we have 4 squared, which is 16, plus 3 squared, which is 9, okay, plus 2. You know, I should have put this guy right here. Should put a bracket right there. And so I need a bracket right there. So when you have multiple sets of parentheses, you have brackets. Then we have, again, we still have this, we have stuff inside the parentheses that we need to simplify. And so we rewrite everything again. I know it's tedious, okay, but you look really good when you're nice and neat on these and you get the right answer. When you do a lot of work and you get the right answer, it feels really good. So we have 16 plus 9 is 25. That's the only thing I'm changing here. From one, I'm only doing one step at a time, which is what I do no matter what the level is. Up through calculus, it's one step at a time. I make way less mistakes, way fewer mistakes, I should say, than if I try to do too much in my head. Okay, so next step is I look inside the set of parentheses. Now again, inside the set of parentheses here, we've got multiple terms, so we have to simplify inside first. And within the set of parentheses, we've got 5 squared. Okay, now we can change the brackets to parentheses because there's only one set. 5 squared is 25. Okay, so this is looking kind of nice because I can see I'm going to get a nice small number there. I was thinking these numbers are going to start getting really big. I didn't want to have to pop out my calculator. Anyway, 25 divided by 25. That's what I have to do now because I'm still inside my set of parentheses. It hasn't been simplified yet. But I know that's 1. 25 divided by 25 is 1. And so I still write that plus 2. Now I'm almost done. We are almost done. 27 multiplied by 1 plus 2 is 3. And 27 times 3 is 81. Okay, so 81 is the simplified version of that. Now that's a lot of work, but if you did it neatly, then you should have been able to get the right answer. So that's pretty cool. Let's try another one. Okay, last one. I got to do this in less than 3 minutes. Alright, inside the set of parentheses, I've got another set of parentheses here, so I'm going to rewrite everything. 9 plus, there are ways to cut corners here, but I urge you to not do that. 10 minus 9 is 1. Okay, and we have 1 squared inside that set. Okay, and then what's the next thing we do? Well, we have to do 1 squared here. Well, 1 squared, we know that to be 1. And I can change the brackets to parentheses. They're just grouping symbols, no big deal. Okay, when we only have one grouping symbol, one set, then we can write it as using parentheses instead of brackets. Okay, so again, I'm talking through this as I'm doing the work, so it's harder to do that. Inside the set of parentheses now, all we have left is 4 minus 1. Okay, so 4 minus 1, we know that's 3. Okay, and then we have 3 cubed. Now we can finally attack this exponent out here now that we've simplified inside the set of parentheses. And we should know that 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Alright, and then we have last thing left is 9 plus 27. I just add 10. So 27 plus 10 is 37, and then subtract 1. So 9 plus 27 is 36. And 36 is the right answer. It's the simplified version of what we started with. And that's a lot of work there. And if you kept yourself organized, hopefully you were successful. And if you have all that stuff written down in class on Monday when you come in, you'll get full credit for your homework. I'll see you then.